Dear ones, it is Mother Earth, God/Source/Creator, Mother Mary, El Morya, and the Arcturian High Council here, streaming through the pure white light and crystalline codes of Christ consciousness that live in the heart and thus in the center of creation. Crystal energy is here to support your ascension journeys, dear ones. Christ consciousness and Christed frequencies are here to support and empower your journeys in these times. Through this month and the remainder of this year, each of you, as well as the collective humanity, will continue to be washed and bathed in rising crystalline frequencies, and you will increasingly radiate Christ consciousness energies. In order to facilitate a greater release of the old paradigm's belief systems, disconnectedness, and division, a new light is birthing on your world, Tilda, and this month will help to usher it in. So let's take a deep divine conscious breath in. Feel the grace, the light, and the soothing nature of this etheric light stream and prana stream filling your lungs, your cells, your worries, and your dreams. Breathe another precious conscious breath and know that it is upgrading all of the aspects of you that even just moments ago might have been humming along in harmony with the 3D matrix. Conscious breathing is prana breathing. Conscious breathing is God breathing. And that is a higher level of sustenance than you perhaps can imagine. Yet you can learn to breathe in higher dimensional breath anyway, and receive its upgrades, nourishment, and illumination in these times. As more of the old crumbles, and as more of the new unfolds, breathe a conscious breath into the strength and resilience that you carry within, that knows everything you need, and desire to rise, triumph, and thrive through these epic shifts and beyond them. This month is a waymaker. It is a pathway builder. It is a bridge between the heat of summer in the northern hemisphere and the etheric heat of winter in the southern hemisphere, because all life on Earth is growing through a deep cycle of ascension. And within this particular cycle unfolding in this month serves as a bridge to cool the ascension heat experienced by many. Through the expansion and embodiment of higher consciousness that can transmute or alchemize any level of heat into useful divine frequencies that specialize in empowering the new dream of the new Earth. This is why we have invited you in recent transmissions to dream your divine dream and to take steps every day to live in that vision and to live in that dream of your new 5D plus life. For when you enter that higher vibrational space, the challenges of ascension heat and the challenges of awakening to the timeless, true, and multidimensional reality that is God's creation abate. And you are then able to harness or channel that sacred divine energy and life force into projects that will truly create a better world for you, your family, and the collective. Are you feeling this call to multidimensional change? Are you feeling this call to empower more of what you do want when you witness the failings of nearly every system on your world that previously anchored, organized, or implemented the way that life flowed in the 3D matrix? You are evolving, dear ones, and expanding to see the truth that the old 3D matrix's systems will not prevail. God/Source/Creator is creating beyond them and giving back to humanity the technology, the resources, and the living light that would naturally have been a part of your lives had there not been a coups on God's creation many years ago, dating back to the time of Adam and Eve in the garden, and also in the timeline of Lemuria and Atlantis. Those of you who are here to play a role as conscious change agents and conscious leaders have been stirred awake in one way or another to be awake, aware, and alive during this time of the great shifts. And many of you are actively feeling the call to embrace multidimensional change in all of the ways that will serve your highest and greatest good. and that will empower divine life force to flow into the projects and the dreams that you uniquely are designated to bring through. The seeds of change destined to bring through are planet-changing, and thus they are life-changing for all of you. You are living in a timeline of quantum and cosmic upgrades and clearings. These seeds of change are revelational, they are activational, and they are New Earth sustainable. If those hearing and reading this are ready for change at this level, then this timeline is for you. As more rise to realize the real lies of the illusion, they simultaneously are offered a sacred and conscious breath to better create the true dream and the new dream of higher light and higher divine expression that will be channeled into every creation on planet Earth. Through the bridges and pathway portals, and through the activating and change-making energies of this month, you are summoned to the timeline of living, breathing, and creating as an activated divine dreamer who knows God's truth, sacred prana, and the crystalline codes of Christ consciousness that are all templated in your very being for these extraordinary times. We invite you to tune into the unique and plentiful alchemical frequencies that transcenders and transmuters of the lower 3D timeline and 3D Earth can wholeheartedly access. And ask yourself, what do I want to create at this precipice of quantum and divine creation today? As you enter that space of sacred neutrality, and as you breathe a breath in union with Source, feel yourself radiating frequencies of light so fantastic, so expansive, and so soul-nourishing that you will know deep in your heart and your multidimensional consciousness that you can be and create anything you need or desire beyond the confines of the 3D matrix's prison of time, separation consciousness, and lack here. Many are remembering themselves as these quantum alchemists. Many are remembering themselves as conduits and bridges of the new timeline of God's great earth. There will be plenty to see and witness as more of the old 3D paradigm systems and structures fail, crumble, and fall. What we must simultaneously remind you of is the fact that there will be plenty to see and witness as the new 5D Earth's infrastructure and emerging new quantum systems increasingly emerge and rise to take their place in creating a planet that lives symbiotically in harmony, peace, and ease. The systems of enslavement are crumbling to make room and to make way for spheres and systems of sovereignty, liberation, creativity, and expansion. And we will say that crumbling systems may not be the doomsday that Chicken Little once feared. Crumbling systems may be the catalyst for growth and global upgrades in order to bring the Earth and all sentient life here up to speed with the rest of the quantum and cosmic realms. The Earth star planet that fell into this deep slumber, intoxicated with separation consciousness and enslaved by a dark serpentine spell, is waking up. And as she awakens, and as all sentient life awakens by her side, nothing will stop God's creation from emerging into the hearts and souls of everyone on the planet. You cannot not be what you truly are. You can only wear a costume for time that has dimmed your light in this dualistic realm before truth ultimately shines its light into the theater that has played on and on for thousands and thousands of years, and the main characters, the heart of the God spark, the love and eternal light of Source, and the light of Christ consciousness in all realms and in all universes, emerge again once more to take center stage. And that is what you are seeing now. The serpent frequencies and minion actors who have been hiding in the shadows of the grand Earth stage are being flushed to the surface of the false 3D timeline and its false stage. And they are being exposed for all to see. And the truth of God, of Source, and of the living light is rising to be the center, the core, and the heartbeat of all creation within God's creation again, You are living in the best show and timeline in the universe that all of creation has ever seen. A multi-dimensional villain is being immobilized, dematerialized, cleansed, and cleared for all time in full view and on center stage, while God's expansive and supreme presence and essence are taking center stage for this new Aquarian age of peace, ease, collaboration, co-creation, and harmony. More of this great unmasking of the dark forces of this planet is taking place. And the good news is that in that same window of time, more of the great revealing of God/source/living light energy is being revealed too. We have said previously, witness the darkness and empower the light. Where is the emphasis on vibrational action steps in that question? Empowering the light. Witnessing is more of a consciously chosen, proactively observed, passive process. Empowering the light is the active phase of conscious energy in motion, which you are each and all are summoned to consider and embody in these next few weeks and months, unfolding in the remainder. Practice witnessing revolutionary and revelationary events on center stage, knowing that without deep propaganda and lifetimes of 3D conditioning, they would be clear as day to the entire human collective. Witness any fear, darkness, corruption, or crumblings you see unveiled and revealed through the higher light of source protection and through the unique power, presence, and protection that divine dreamers of the New Earth dream are invited to embody. Just as many people over the past 5 or so decades have watched movies with disturbing content and walked out of the theater, relieved to know that it was only a movie. A similar transcendent state of perceiving is required now, to see the illusion of the 3D Earth and all of its serpentine grandiosity for what it is and what it was, thereby participating in the dismantling of it, and simultaneously empowering the God timeline and the Garden of Eden's emergence into your daily experiences by your vibrational choice to inhabit that epic and divine timeline. Many are awakening to their multidimensional nature and realizing you are what you perceive. You are what you choose to vibrationally be. More than anything else on your world, it is essential to awaken to the truth that perception is everything, because perception is vibration, and vibrations create worlds. If you are listening to a transmission like this, you are likely on the path of awakening to your quantumly creative nature. You are awakening to the power of the divine dream and your abilities as a divine dreamer. When more of you awaken and make the choice to empower the new 5D Earth's dream and the harmony and greatness that thrives in that divine garden and expression of life here on Earth, the more you will, as a collective seed, that garden with God's truth, God's light, and God's life force. And thus, consequently, the more the 3D serpent matrix will cease to exist, because less of humanity is empowering it with the serpent's projections through your own creationary vessels and your own 3D projectors. You are the projectors and the directors of your life experiences. The serpent energies on this planet knew that and harnessed it for its purposes all this time, such that that movie of 3D Earth would be the story the serpent wished to tell, and such that you all would be its actors in its captive theater. But now, God's awakened projectors, God's activated directors, and God's quantum co-creative partners are called to consciously channel, project, and direct the life force of Source through the core of their being again. And thus, the new story emerging for humanity is that of truth, unity, harmony, and abundance for all sentient life here. Many of you have heard the call, and we are happy that you responded. It is a gorgeous time to be alive, dear ones. It is an epic time to be a divine dreamer. It is an empowering time to remember and reclaim yourselves as conscious and quantum creators. You are the ones you have been looking for. You are the light you have been seeking all this time. You are the Christ consciousness and crystalline codes that you have sought all this time. You are the divinity that God knew would rise in these times. So practice the art of witnessing the illusions and witnessing darkness, and choosing through your conscious awareness to proactively project, direct, inhabit, and empower the light. You witness darkness and you take a conscious breath. You breathe a second time and enter a state of neutrality and receptivity to divine union and divine truth. And when you breathe in unity with truth and light through your heart center, you take another conscious breath, feeling yourself fully in union with Source, and create through the direction and focus of your attention and your higher timeline 5D energy tilde, whatever it is that feels good and right with the Garden of Eden for you, your family, and for all of humanity and life on earth in that next breath. Breath is creation. You are divine dreamers and quantum creators. Breathe beyond the 3D crumblings and dark revelations as much as you can by embracing the power of conscious witnessing and the conscious embodiment of the light visions, the new earth dreams, and the new harmony on planet Earth that you came to shine. Where do you want to direct and project your energy and your talents and gifts? As illusions get exposed and as truth unveils itself to the whole world and cosmos, we invite you to allow yourselves to be these divine alchemists, transforming darkness to light. Focus on your dreams and allow the serpentine corruptions, divisions, and destruction to fail, fall, and fade away. Welcome in these increasing doses of the higher timeline, the God timeline, and thus the better and more optimal versions of your divinity that are returning to all of you. These are epic times. These are biblical times. And these are indeed ascension times.